was told that a life has no price, you see. But the hate in your eyes put a price on me. If the natives were slain for your liberty, please explain what you mean by the land of the free. Oh, say, can you see? But can you really see what does freedom really mean?
America isn't perfect. It's a land of change, freedom, and opportunity, but also a home for oppression and sorrow. By opening America to change and progression, we can become a greater society as a whole, but first we must recognize our past wrongdoings.
As the culture changes, we realize that there are some things and some ways that we treat people or go about certain things that are wrong, and so we adjust to that. And we may not know something is wrong in the beginning, but as time goes by, we can realize that it is, or it's not quite right, or it could be better, and adjusting to that knowledge is what is right and what helps us to adjust and grow.
So I'd say, yeah, my viewpoint's changed. I don't know if it's for the better or worse, but America is certainly different, and I don't always just believe everything we do is perfect.
We were very poor and had to move around a lot and face different things, but through that they taught us different values and just important things and what actually matters versus material things and money and all that kind of stuff. And so knowing and valuing family and friends and relationships more so than material items and was very important to me, and so they influenced me immensely.
I think we're seeing a lot of destruction of family values, and I think that's hurting the country. And you see that various aspects of how women are being treated and how families are disintegrating. There's tremendous numbers of divorces, and the families aren't as closely bound as they used to be, and I think that's a bad thing for the country.
As a medical doctor, seeing how the private medical healthcare system works in the U.S., I think it causes a lot of harm to many people in the U.S., and access to medical care does cause a lot of stress and strain for families and can cause significant financial impact on families. So yeah, I think if you don't have good access to medical care, I think that can have significant negative consequences to the American dream.
I was discriminated against as a woman in an engineering group that was all males except me. And in classes in college, I was one of very few women in my field, so there were maybe 5 women and 300 men in a class. And the physics teacher couldn't wait to get the women out of his class. We had to take a full year of classes, and at the end he was so glad to get us out. I think the third quarter we finally got A's or B's because he just was happy to have us out of his hair.
It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
I mean, our Constitution has room for change. It's what the amendments are. So I think that we have to be open to change. Doesn't mean that we have to change with the wind and do 180s on everything, but we have to be willing to make concessions and be willing to hear other people and hear their ideas and be willing to change our viewpoints and our priorities.
There are so many different beliefs, and there are so many different morals and just ways that people live, and so to have a really quick change over such a big subject I don't think that's possible. So I think change is possible, but it takes time with bigger issues and bigger changes.
Change is something that needs to happen on a daily basis for individuals, families, groups, communities, the country. Yeah, that's how we hopefully improve or evolve.
the American dream is kind of, you can be whoever you want to be, you can come here, land of opportunity, and really in the end, the American dream is about money. You can make money, it's possible. And my choice of profession is very much not about money. And so my view of the American dream has changed in that I just don't prioritize it. I don't think it's that big a deal to me. I appreciate that I can pursue it in America, and I recognize that, but at the same time, I think, to me, the American dream is centered around money, and my job just isn't. Going down the path of deciding to be a youth pastor, and all of my friends kind of looking at me like, you're gonna be poor, and I'm like, yeah, I know. That's kind of a big choice to willingly choose to not pursue. I was going to be an engineer, which brings in a nice salary, it's a solid job, it's a steady job, and so willingly giving up some of that security financially is kind of against societal norms, I think, but I also think that I have the freedom to do it, and so I will.
Before I went to medical school, I had an undergraduate degree, and I basically spent my entire 20s studying and working. So between 18 and 30, I was studying a lot. I didn't have a lot of fun in my 20s. So that's the sacrifice that I made to become MD or a medical doctor.
But recognizing the need for change isn't enough. We need to be active participants, constantly advocating for change.
Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside and turned into your own, all 'cause you won't listen.
America has shifted to become not only a land of opportunity, but a land of choice, where you can decide who you want to be, not to be conformed.
Just looking for that balance between changing and holding on to our original roots right now, and sometimes staying like true to yourself and true to what America's ideals are is a good idea, but times have changed and the world has changed around us, and if America doesn't change too, then who knows what will happen.
America is very open to change. I mean, it is a very dynamic society.
Well, I think I've seen improvements and the acceptance of women in careers. So that has been helpful, beneficial. I feel like I helped with that.
Advanced technological advances, scientific advances every day. So definitely, I think America is very open to change, and I think because it's so open to change, that's one of the reasons why it's become such a superpower. There's a lot of freedom economically to allow people to pursue their dreams. So no, I really do think America is very open to change, and it's definitely a society that encourages it.
Being an American means that you get to choose who you become. Hard work and pursuing what you see as your dream, despite what others may have to say, represents America as a whole. We must learn to grow and accept every background and idea that we are presented with. America isn't just freedom, it's freedom to choose, opportunity to grow, and openness to recognize our faults and change them.